If you want to try Linux on DeX and not sure what the difference between XFCE, LXDE, and LXQt, or the speed difference, different behaviors, so I thought let's have a look at it. I started 3 VNC server sessions for last 1, last 2, last 3. Each session runs a different VNC server desktop. One is XFCE, one is LXDE, one is LXQt. So let's have a look at what runs better. The first one, this is LXDE. You do have, no, this is LXQt, sorry. So this is LXQt. If you click on the menu button, now it's a little bit faster, and want to search for your application. I already typed the letters, but it takes a long time until it shows up. The different method, instead of clicking on the menu item, if you click on the Windows button on your keyboard, then the Android launcher will show up. What you can do is push the button Alt F2 and you will get the application launcher on the top. If you type LibreOffice here, it gets out much faster. So Alt F2 opposed to the launcher and the button, which is quite slow. It's recommended to use Alt F2 to start the application. It takes too much time. That does not make sense. How long does it take to actually launch the application? It takes some time. It's a desktop application on the Android, but it's workable. And now it started. So okay, this is running. Everything is fine, but it's a little bit slow from what I like to get. And also my desktop should be in German and everything is in English, so I can't tweak this here. Then have a look at the second VNC server session. This is the LXDE session. You only get this simple launcher. You cannot type and you see artifacts, which is not really acceptable, I think. Also, in this case, you type also Alt F2, and if you want to start a program, that's the faster way. So let's start this. Starting up the application will take the long time at the same time, but you see the artifacts, or I'm not sure if it's screen recording will show up how many artifacts are there. Does it show? I'm not sure. So LXDE I would not recommend, even so it's quite simple. And let's go back to XFCE. So XFCE, I put the launcher menu on the bottom. Originally it's on the top, but when you push the mouse at the top, the menu for Android VNC viewer will come out, and it will interfere with the menu item. So I put it down here, put there, and this is the Visca launcher. This is not the original launcher that comes with the standard installation. And if you type, it's fast here. So in this case, there are no artifacts. It's quite fast. XFCE wins in this case. And so let's start LibreOffice, and also let's start Chromium in the background. So, but also XFCE is not. Let's go back to LXD. LXD is in German, so I get my language settings. But again, with all the artifacts, I'm not sure if it will show up in the screen recording. This does not make sense. So if you got back to XFCE, and if you like to work with LibreOffice or not, but you don't prefer the user interface, would like to get different user interface, you can also adopt your sorry, because there's the recording button under the menu item. You can get also a tapped compact view, and you can play around with these settings so that you get different menu items to work with. Group by compact, tapped, compact, tapped. So you can play with the input menu. So okay, that's the difference between LXD, LXQt, XFCE. If you want to use Andronix for installation, my recommendation for my phone is, of course, after I showed you, is XFCE. It works better. It appears to be the fastest. I only showed you the menu item. The Alt F2, of course, works also with XFCE. So my recommendation, of course, is XFCE. I tried also the startup KDE, but this needs too many resources. A lot of applications actually won't work with XFCE that need Qt. So there might be a reason to use Qt, but in this case, for the speed, I prefer XFCE.